Let's move straight to our fourth and final conversation. Now, in a bid to tackle Nigeria's security woes, the Senate has set up a 20-member committee to plan a national security summit. Announced by the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, after a majority voice vote. The committee will be chaired by Senate Leader Opeyemi Bamidele, with Yahya Abdullahi as the Vice Chairman. The committee, tasked with outlining the summit's agenda and proposing actionable strategies, is to report back in 2 weeks. The summit aims to address terrorism, insurgency and border security concerns in Nigeria. Yes, now that the Senate has now set up a committee, led by the Senate leader himself, Senator Opeyemi Bamidele. So the obvious question will now be, how far-reaching can this be? I mean, what is the essence of a security summit?
Let me tell you, the 9th Assembly,
yes,
they also had a national security summit. So the recommendations from that summit, what happened to it? So why can't the 10th Assembly just pick up the recommendation
and implement it?
And just say, okay, fine. Okay, maybe tweak it.
Okay, tweak. Okay.
Should they have
to fit
what is happening now?
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Now we now have maybe other bandits or what?
There was
terrorist
no
group.
What do you call it? There was no
Lakurawa.
Exactly.
Yeah. So just tweak it a bit and then look at it and then pass it on to the executive for them to implement, rather than trying to set up another committee. The committee will now start to identify,
bring out a white paper.
Where first, they have to sit. They will look for where they will do the conference, the number of people, speakers that will be coming, and then the number of days that it will be. It might be a 2-day, 3-day. The funds that will be going through.
So you think it's going to be waste of resources?
So I don't know, but the thing is, it is, to me, we have a paper already, a recommendation from the 9th Assembly. Why not just bring it, tweak it? Because they are there. What are they doing?
And we've had all sort of security conference.
Exactly.
All of these things.
So what they should do, in fact, is easy. One of the days that they are sitting, they can invite past CDS, invite security experts.
Okay.
Bring them, let them come and share ideas, or even give them these guys. Look for them. And give them the recommendation from the 9th Assembly. Let them look at it and come back rather than coming back. It's going to be another talk shop if care is not taken.
There's a book by Olaritimi called it Holding Talks. Is it just going to be about? But another thing is, what is it that we don't know that we need a security summit to aggregate?
For me, let me agree with him for the first time.
Oh, that's good. I like that. I like that.
It's going to be nothing but a jamboree, where they're going to be feasting. People will go, people's hotel bill, they will do that, and it's going to be it's the taxpayers' money will be expended. And at the end of the day, as he said, why don't we always want to build on the blocks of the past?
On the past,
as you said. You now bring in and then adjust it to suit the current realities on ground. No, they'll say, okay, that's theirs. The thing goes into the trash basket. Let's bring our own. Then monies will be voted in, and then allowances will be sitting allowances will be paid and all that. It's going to be nothing. See, I'm not a prophet of doom, but I tell you, nothing will come out of it. I know why I'm saying so.
Now, I don't think that's fair.
Listen to me. No. As I say, anything I say here, they are my opinion. I'll give you an example. Why I said nothing will come out of it is this. Security matters are not what discussed in the open.
Exactly.
Because it's top secret. They call it TS. Because your enemies are there watching TV.
Okay.
You are discussing what you said. The recommendations will now be presented. They will now be seeing it in the newspapers. They are reading it in. Enemies, what we do is that we're going to be using drone to capture you. You think the enemy will say, oh, let's... No. Top secret, as I said, the security matters are not what
There should go media silence on that.
As he said, we may not even be aware they are doing it. Get people who are professionals
to come talk.
Send to them. If you just find a way to, don't even mention it to the media because it's top secret. When the military wants to do anything, do they announce it in the media? The Nigerian military, when they want to do the difference of announce to the media to say, oh, we are going to Borno tomorrow. We want to go and, you know, they bombardment. They don't tell you. That's what I'm saying, that nothing will come. Because this thing they're talking about, though it may sound plausible, it may sound robust, but the optics are not going to be good because you don't tell your enemies what you are going to do next. So what you need to do, don't make it a media affair. Don't make it a public affair. Find those people you think that are you know, they are very deep in issues. People who have retired from the army, who were there before, they can suggest ways. Then you can now come up with it. You submit to the president. The president will now know exactly who and who to get to say, okay. Then you now strengthen the military. Because as you're doing that, there are people in government that are enemies of state that are giving information to those people. You don't know whether some of them will also be at the summit.
That's another one.
Exactly.
So now, Asuko, if I heard you right, you're saying that the security summit should be about harnessing the recommendation of all the
past
several security summits and conferences, you know, that's been held with a framework for the implementation instead of having
another one.
Now, the northern governors, northern leaders, traditional rulers, you know, they've agreed that it is time for a state police. Do you agree with that?
No, I think we
discussed that here the other
we arrived
three Fridays ago.
With what is happening now, and with how the population is increasing, I think we are ripe for state police. However, I do not know how the current structure will be able to do it. Because I keep saying it. We are just saying, oh, state police, state police. The new IG or the new committees. In fact, that is what the Senate is supposed to do now. Because now that the idea of state police is coming up, they are supposed to now say, Committee on Police Affairs.
Go and,
you know, go to so place or start thinking of how we can implement a state police.
But another thing is, if you say that, okay, yes, state police is the thing, is state police the solution or the government make police function effective?
No, state police, we need state police in Nigeria. As long and as far as we operate a federal system of government, we need a state police. The population is increasing.
Yes.
And with the number of police that we have, we cannot even...
Effective police.
Do you know that even this area that how many police vans can you see? Even if we have, because this is our...
I know.
We can have like 4 here.
Yes.
You know, around. But do you think it's effective based on the number of people that are in this Atlantic?
Yes.
Same with VI. How many vans do you see patrolling?
No.
You know, so we need to start thinking that way. That is what we are even looking at. Rather than we the Senate saying they want to do national security summit. Because people will still go there and tell them state police, and they will say, okay, state police. They will write it down.
There will be confusion.
They will write it down as one of the recommendations, state police. You understand?
How will it be implemented?
You understand? So that is the implementation. That is what the Senate is supposed to start doing. Look for your committee on police affairs
or security.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. Go now. Let them go and look at countries that are into state police. How are they doing it? Just bring it and then let's factor it into our own system. Because when we do that, you know, we'll now know that, okay, IG, Oga IG, this is it, this is it. That is what they should be discussing.
Now, another thing is, some people say, yes, security is improving. It wasn't like before. But how do we measure, or should I say, mark, how should we measure the success in managing security?
When people say the situation is improving, I wouldn't know who is saying so. Sometimes people could make political statements in order to either praise this current government or so.
Because when you hear the government, they say,
let me tell you,
how do we measure it?
Let me tell you where I personally fear sometimes that it has not improved. When I drive around, I go to some public like hotels or some, I will see on the wall cars parked at owners' risks. That alone is a red flag to me. Cars parked, so which means I want to come here for recreation. I'll park my car. Anything can happen to it.
And your car is not safe. So if your car is not safe, you that you are inside, you are not safe.
Am I safe? You know, you could go. I know it may be laughable. that's a red flag to me when I see cars parked at owners' risks. But I want to get to a point where did you know that even for a long time I didn't drive home. So November, because it was compulsory, I lost an elder brother that I had to drive all the way to my place. And then I had to start asking questions. Oh, should I? Hey, don't try Boma. You have to do so. I had to pass through Sobe. How about it? Okay, at every kilometer. I said, okay, whatever in between the kilometer. I said, no, just go another. And I had to travel. I drove through, Benin, went through Sobe, Oluku, then got to Onwa. And it was when I got there. They said, okay, even where I'm going, I shouldn't drive to Auchi in the night. This Auchi from Afuze will go to Auchi and come back in the night anytime. But they said, no, don't try it. So if people are telling me, don't go like that, then is the security situation, is it?
So how do we then measure improved security?
No, it is when we are beginning to feel safe. For instance, Asuko can say, okay, because I like driving to see all this vegetation. See, as you are driving, the trees are waving.
Exactly,
I like that.
Exactly.
I like that. You prefer the branch at Torre. Have you seen the economy for Torre recently? It had to collapse. So I like things like that. I'm able to drive. My car has a problem. I have no fear of being intimidated. Oh, I've stopped hearing that people have been kidnapped. I've stopped hearing that thing has happened in Borno. When this thing begin to reduce, I can now heave a sigh of relief, and then maybe we'll come back here now to give a measure. We now look.
All right. In rounding up this conversation, still talking security. Let's look at the Constitution. In the 1999 Constitution, as amended, Section 33 talks about the right to life, while Section 14 of that same Constitution talks about the function of government is to protect lives and property. But if security is failing, should Nigerians consider self-defense amidst the rising insecurity?
That's chaos.
That one, you just want me to start. There's a thesis on this one.
That's the West. What do you call worldwide, wide West or something?
T.Y. Danjuma suggests.
Yes, I know.
General T.Y. Danjuma.
But it should. Let's not start with that now. Let the government do its bit. To just like we are saying something about state police.
Yes.
Let's even start with that first. And then if the
let's start with state police.
Because at least with state police, I will know who's my sheriff or who is my police officer. The person will know me. I have been seeing him.
Exactly.
He knows my house. I know the car is driving. If
it's
bicycle, you understand.
Yes.
Let's even start with that before we start saying we want to defend. We want to start using gun to defend ourselves. Because if we just say, okay, let's do it now, everybody, you won't be able to come to the office.
Absolutely.
Because maybe you'll be seeing dead bodies on the ground on your way coming. So, but let's just start.
So self-defense is not the way to go.
Not now.
First of all, let's
one step at a time.
Let's look at state
because
police.
the society is made of little, nuclear and all they call it. So, for instance, in my estate, I'm sure you also have your estate. We have our own mechanism put in place. For instance, the bikes that come in there, they are registered. We give them this
reflector.
So no other bike that hasn't got that
can enter into the estate.
Good. So there are some of these mechanisms. It may not be 100% foolproof, but at least we are doing our own. So if Asuko's estate or where his community can do that, you do yours, all others.
Yeah, the IG also talked about community policing.
Add up to the general well-being of
But anyway, we just hope that even with this security summit that will be held, the right things will be said, and security will improve. That's what Nigerians
we hope so.
Okay, whether state police summit, but security needs to improve. Charles Fidel, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Let me give you another name now. It's Briga already.
Asuko, thank you so much. Appreciate you. And that's all on Journalist Hangout today. You can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode tonight at 11. Join us on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangout on Sunday. We are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Benga. Bye for now, and God bless Nigeria.